I need you to look at this number with me. 6%. That's the percentage of Americans who right now, in 2026, are pulling money out of their 401k retirement accounts just to pay their bills. Just to keep the lights on. Just to avoid getting evicted. 6% sounds small. Until you do the math. Vanguard alone manages plans for 5 million workers. 6% of 5 million is 300,000 people, raiding the one account that was supposed to protect their future, because their present is on fire. And here's what scares me even more than that number. This is not a one-year blip. This is the 6th straight year in a row that hardship withdrawals have gone up. 6th consecutive year. Before the pandemic it was 2%. Now it's 3 times that, and climbing. So I have to ask you something directly. And I want you to be honest with yourself when you hear this. Are you one of them? Or are you one bad emergency away from becoming one of them? Because here is what this data is really telling us, and what nobody on Wall Street wants to say out loud: millions of Americans are not just struggling. They are running out of options. And when the retirement account becomes the last emergency fund, that is not a personal finance failure. That is a system-wide warning signal that affects every single one of us. In the next 9 minutes I'm going to show you exactly what's happening, why it's happening, what it means for your money specifically, and the 5 moves I would make right now if I were starting from zero. Stay with me. This is important. Let me give you the full picture, because the headlines are only telling you half the story. Here's the headline you've probably seen: 401k hardship withdrawals hit record high. And that's true. Vanguard's 2026 report, the most comprehensive look at American retirement savings that exists, confirmed that 6% of workers made hardship withdrawals in 2025. That's up from 4.8% in 2024, 3.6% in 2023, and roughly 2% before the pandemic. The trend line is not subtle. It goes in one direction, straight up. The median withdrawal amount? $1,900. Not a fortune. Not a lavish vacation. $1,900. That's a medical bill. That's 1 month behind on rent. That's a car repair that couldn't wait. Now here's the part that stops me cold every time I look at it. The top reasons Americans are raiding their 401k's right now are medical expenses, avoiding eviction or foreclosure, and basic living costs. Think about that. People are not pulling from their retirement to buy something they want. They are pulling from it to keep a roof over their heads. That is desperation, not irresponsibility. And the cruel irony? At the same time all of this is happening, the average 401k balance actually went up 13% last year to a record $167,970. The stock market is doing fine. The accounts are doing fine. But the people inside those accounts are not. And here is why that gap exists, and this is the number that should shake you awake. According to a 2026 Bank of America Institute study, 24% of American households are spending 95% or more of their entire income just on basic necessities. Food, rent, utilities, transportation. 24%. 1 in 4 American families has virtually zero margin left. A single unexpected bill, a single bad month, and the only place left to turn is the retirement account. And then it gets worse. 37% of Americans cannot cover a $400 emergency without borrowing money or selling something. Think about your own life for a second. Could you cover $400 right now without touching savings? For 37% of this country, the answer is no. This is not a story about people who didn't try hard enough. This is a story about a system where the math has stopped working for a huge percentage of working Americans. And the 401k data is the clearest proof we have that the pressure has become unsustainable. Okay. So now you understand what's happening. But let me tell you what this actually means for you, even if you've never touched your 401k and never plan to. Because this story is not just about the people withdrawing. It's about all of us. First, what a 401k withdrawal actually costs you. Let's say you pull out $5,000 from your 401k today because you need it. Here's what that $5,000 really costs. You pay income tax on it, let's say 22% federal, plus state tax. Then if you're under 59.5, you pay a 10% early withdrawal penalty. So that $5,000 could actually cost you $1,600 to $2,000 in taxes and penalties immediately. But that's not the real cost. The real cost is what that $5,000 would have been worth if you'd left it alone. At a 10% annual return, $5,000 left in a 401k for 20 years becomes $33,600. You didn't just withdraw $5,000. You withdrew $33,600 from your future self. That is the number that keeps financial advisors up at night. Now, Secure 2.0 did create one important exception. Since 2024, you can withdraw up to $1,000 per year for a genuine personal or family emergency completely penalty-free. And if you pay it back within 3 years, you avoid the tax hit too. So if you absolutely have to tap your retirement account, that is the lane to use first. But it's still not free money. Every dollar out is a dollar that stops compounding. Second, what this trend means for the broader economy. When millions of Americans are depleting their retirement savings to survive today, they are setting up a retirement crisis for tomorrow. Today's 401k withdrawal becomes tomorrow's Social Security pressure becomes next decade's government spending problem. We are borrowing from our collective future to pay for our present, and the bill will come due. Third, and this one is personal. If you have a 401k right now and you're feeling the pressure, I need you to hear this clearly. You are not weak. You are not irresponsible. You are dealing with an economy where wages grew at 4% but housing costs grew at 40%. Where medical bills can arrive without warning and wipe out years of savings in one envelope. The people pulling from their 401ks are not failing. They are surviving. And surviving is not shameful. But I also need you to hear the other side of that truth. Survival cannot be the only strategy. Because the math of early withdrawal is brutal. And there are moves, specific moves, that can protect you from ever having to make that choice. Which is exactly what Chapter 3 is about. Alright. Enough diagnosis. Let's talk about what you actually do. Here are the 5 moves I would make, in this order, if I were an American worker in 2026 trying to protect my future without sacrificing my present. Move 1. Build your $1,000 emergency wall, before anything else. The data is clear. 37% of Americans can't cover $400. The number one antidote to a 401k hardship withdrawal is an emergency fund, even a small one. I'm not asking you to save 6 months of expenses overnight. I'm asking you to make $1,000 your first and most urgent financial goal. Put it in a high-yield savings account earning 4% to 4.8% APY, not a regular checking account. Label it, "Do not touch." Every hardship withdrawal starts with the absence of this cushion. Build the wall first. Move 2. If you have a 401k, do not stop contributing. Even $1. I know that sounds counterintuitive when money is tight. But here's why it matters. If your employer matches contributions, stopping means you're leaving free money on the table. A 50% match on your first 6% of salary is a guaranteed 50% return on that money. There is no investment in the world that gives you a guaranteed 50% return. Even if you drop your contribution to 1%, keep the match. Never give back free money. Move 3. Know your secure 2.0 options before you need them. Since 2024, you can take a penalty-free $1,000 emergency withdrawal once per year from your 401k. You have 3 years to pay it back. If life hits you with an emergency, use this lane before you use a traditional hardship withdrawal. It costs you less. And if you pay it back, it costs you almost nothing. Know this rule exists before the crisis, not during it. Move 4. Attack the real problem, the expense gap. Most 401k hardship withdrawals happen because income and expenses are out of balance. And in 2026, with 24% of families spending 95% of their income on necessities, you cannot save your way out of this. You have to earn your way out. That means a side income stream, not a second job working someone else's hours, but a skill that pays you on your terms. Freelance writing, video editing, tax prep, social media management. These skills can add $500 to $2,000 a month. That extra money goes directly to your emergency fund, and then to your retirement. The side hustle is not optional in 2026. For millions of Americans, it is the difference between survival and stability. Move 5. Automate everything so willpower is irrelevant. The research is unambiguous on this. Auto-enrollment works. Vanguard's own data shows that 45% of plan participants increased their savings last year, most of them because of automatic systems, not personal discipline. Humans are not designed to make perfect financial decisions under stress. So take the decision out of your hands. Auto-transfer to your HSA on payday. Auto-increase your 401k contribution by 1% every January. Set it. Forget it. Let the system work while you live your life. Here's the truth I want to leave you with, and I mean this as someone who has studied American personal finance for a long time. The 6% of Americans rating their 401k's right now are not your cautionary tale. They are your warning signal. They are telling you, loudly, with data, that the margin for error in this economy has gotten dangerously thin. And the people who are going to be okay on the other side of this are not the ones who earned the most. They are the ones who built the systems the earliest. $1,000 emergency fund. Kept the employer match. Learned the secure 2.0 rules. Added one income stream. Automated everything. 5 moves. You can start 3 of them this week. And if this gave you even one thing that changes how you think about your money, subscribe. Because next week I'm covering something that every American in their 30s and 40s needs to hear about: Social Security, and what the real numbers say about whether it will even be there when you retire. That one is going to be uncomfortable. And you need to see it. I'll see you there.